She was attracted and associated with Brahma Kumaris, a spiritual organization 41 years ago. 41 years ago, she's been in the Gyan. A life lived for others for more than 4 decades. Wow, that's very impressive, sister. She has extensively traveled across the globe to spread peace and harmony in humanity. Countries like Canada, America, Gulf countries, France, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, and Malaysia, among few others. Sister Uma has facilitated programs and workshops in various sectors, reaching a vivid group of people: women, youth, elders, judicial, manufacturers, administrators, and many other flocks of community got benefited in her tenure of touching their lives. An elegant speaker, a spiritual counselor, Raja Yoga mentor, organizational wellness advisor, team maker, and administrator, and many profiles she holds in her way. Her sessions are always known for the lightness and deepness in it. She is based out of Thiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu, sorry if my pronunciation is wrong, and administrates the services of Brahma Kumaris there. She holds a degree of pharmacist. Few of her many sessions are self-management, leadership, value-based education, harmony in relationship, meditation for relaxation, time management, stress management, art of decision-making, team building, happy family, law of karma, and positive thinking. That's a very impressive profile. Can I have a big round of applause for Sister Uma, please?
Thank you, sister, for introducing me. And it's nice to be here with all of you. Today is a special day for us, and we call it as Sadguruvar, Thursday. And it's nice to see all of you on this auspicious day. So today's topic, I like this topic very much because it's very much connected to my life. I had lots and lots of fear of everything, Like I had, I had lots of fear, When I see some heights, even I had the fear of heights, the fear of darkness, fear of exam. Whenever there used to be exam, then I used to get fever, and people, other students and the teachers, they used to make fun of me that you have, exam fever. It was not exam fear. They used to call it, I have fever. Then they used to say, oh, it's exam fever, like that. It's a long way that I had so much of fear. And then that was the reason why I came to this organization. I just came, my mother, one thing I always wanted to do is I wanted to be on the stage and perform, give good performances and everything. But, I was so nervous. I used to prepare, practice, do everything. And as soon as I come on the stage, I see the audience, I hold the mic, gone. I become nervous and I forget everything. So my mother, she suggested, why don't you learn meditation? First it was like something, that when I was very young, and when she said, why can't you learn meditation? Why can't you try learning meditation? I said, why? Are you crazy? Why are you asking me to learn meditation in this age? You people, if you want, you go and learn. Then she said, no, because you have stage fright. If you practice meditation, you can overcome that fear. And it really helped me, and really it happened. And after that, within a week, only 1 week time, I felt that I am overcoming that fear within a week. Because after coming to the center and practicing meditation, having undergone the course, Rajyoga basic course, I came on the 8th day to the center. It was a Sunday, and they were all celebrating the Diwali festival. And then they were presenting a skit, for the Diwali, and one person didn't turn up due to some reasons. And some sister came to me, and she didn't know that I was a very beginner, and she didn't know anything about me. She just came and asked me, "Can you play that role?" It was a tiny little role itself. So she said, "Can you play that role?" Without hesitation, I said yes. That was my first, success. Without any hesitation, without thinking, I said yes, because I wanted to test whether by practicing this meditation, can we really overcome fear and everything. And for my astonishment, really I made it happen. And then I performed. It was a very small role, very little role. So I did it very well, and I won a prize also. So that was my initials, basic, like how I overcome fear through meditation. But here, let me discuss you first about the fears of people. Like whenever you are disturbed, at many times we will be disturbed. Whenever you get disturbed, then what do you think the reason is? Whenever you are disturbed, at many times, you will be disturbed. So what happens when you are disturbed? Can you focus on one thing? Or do you feel a comfortable stage? Your mind is comfortable? No. So whenever you are disturbed, we see that there is heart rate is increasing, the blood pressure is increasing, there's a lot of tension, there is a lot of stress, and sometimes even anxiety, right? So whenever we are disturbed, we are experiencing these things. Shanti, can you hear now? Okay? Okay. And so I was telling about the fear. Whenever we are disturbed, we feel some kind of things going on. People usually say, like the heartbeat increases. That is a later thing, the symptoms, of fear. Where does the fear arise? What is fear actually? What is fear? F-E-A-R, fear. False expressions appearing to be real. That is the fear, nothing else. So, where does the fear arise? Is in heart, or in lungs, or in kidneys? Where does the fear? The symptoms are there, of course. In the heart, that is the later symptoms. First, the fear is, I can give a very good example of corona. Corona was just a physical virus, right? And after listening to all the information, after looking at the news, listening to the news, what happened? That physical virus became a mental virus. So start creating fear. So, got it? The fear is created in our minds. Okay? So when fear is created in our minds, we just need to know a little bit explanation of what is the relationship between the thoughts and my feeling. Because fear is a kind of emotion. And we can say it's a kind of negative emotion, right? So we are not very comfortable with that emotion. So if you want to change or overcome the fear or that negative emotion, then you have to go a step behind. Like, you won't get the thoughts of jealousy without, or you can't have the feeling of jealousy without creating jealous thoughts of jealousy, right? Or nobody can get angry without creating the thoughts of anger. So whenever we have that feeling, we have to go a step behind and see what kind of thoughts I'm creating. Then only we can change the emotion. When we change our way of thinking, when we change our thoughts, our emotions will also change. I heard that many of you are in contact with this organization from very a long time, and you have undergone, some of you have undergone the course and everything. They would have taught this technique also. Whenever you think of some happy moments that has happened in your life, like 5 years before, or 10 years before, or maybe 15 years before, even now when you think of that happy moment, what kind of feelings you have? Happy feelings. At the same time, there's something happened. If you are not very comfortable and you don't want that to think and you want to forget it, it's not a very good incident that has happened in your life, that has happened before 10 years or 20 years. And even now, if I ask you, please think of some bad incidents, not good incidents, bad incidents that has happened in your life, even now, though it doesn't happen now, but still what happens, we are not very comfortable, So it's the relationship between the thought and the feeling. As soon as you create a thought, then there is a kind of feeling. So when do we create? Why do we create those thoughts? Fearful thoughts. So fear means, for me, like what I understand regarding fear is, even the psychologists say that imaginary fear is more dangerous than the real fear. Whenever something happens, not a nice thing, whenever something happens, and what we do is, what we think, some wrong things happen, or, and the things doesn't go according to my expectation, something happens. And what we do, we go to the extreme, fear. The main thing of fear is fear of losing. Whenever we confront fear, that means we are attached to something. Maybe fear of failure, or maybe fear of falling, or maybe fear of losing a friend, or maybe fear of losing a relationship, whatever. When we have that fear of losing, then we confront, because we are attached to that and we don't want to leave that. So what should we do to overcome that fear? The simple way, there are many simple ways to practice that, because during your inefficiency, you have talents. Everyone has talents. Maybe you are very talented, you are having good talents. But during your inefficiency, if you see, the culprit will be fear. Due to fear, you will lose all your functional skills. So we have to overcome fear. It may be real fear or it may be imaginary fear. We start, imagining, what if it happens like this? What if my children don't study? What if my children don't score more marks? What if my boss does like this? Like losing a job, whatever it is, and there is fear. We go to the extremes. Children, it may be reality, children are not studying well, but still we go to that extreme as though we have lost everything. We have lost. Nothing has happened like that, but we think if this happens, then that's it. We lose everything gone. We go to the extremities. So for that, what we need to do is, do you know we all have a bank within us? We all have a bank within us, within the mind. Hope you all have minds, right? And we do have a bank, that is memory bank. All of us, we have this memory bank. So what we need to do is, we have to save positive thoughts, affirmations, positive affirmative thoughts. Daily you have to think high about yourselves and go on saving in the bank. Like, you have to realize or remember whatever happened from your childhood. Maybe one day your parents praised you a lot for something. Maybe your teachers praised you, or maybe your friends, or little events, some incidents would have happened, all little incidents, and people would have praised you, they would appreciated you. You just think all that. And when you think all that, you are just, saving in your memory bank. And when you save everything in your memory bank, and, daily you have to withdraw. Whenever you feel depressed or dejected, or whenever your mood is not okay, then you go to the bank and you have to withdraw. Withdraw all those things, positive things that has happened in your life. And what do you feel? How do you feel? When I was 5 years, my grandmother, just think of all those things. When I was in the school, when I was 7 years, my teacher appreciated me for this, that, and all. And when I was playing with my friends, or when I was sharing something with my friends, they all appreciated me. Like that, just remember all those things and you just go on saving it. And whenever you need, you can withdraw. And when you withdraw it, you feel better. Otherwise, what happens is, we are just saving all the negative things. We forget to think about the positive and happy moments. So we are, whatever has happened, whatever has disturbed us, everything we are saving in our memory bank. And when at that times, then what we do is we withdraw that negative. I knew it before. I knew that this would happen. I knew because I'm not fortunate. I'm not lucky. I am born under wrong stars. I'm too young. I'm too old. We rationalize. I am physically challenged. I'm handicapped. I'm not good in maths. All these things, you withdraw. Then what happens? Can you face it? Can you overcome the fear? No. The only way to overcome fear, you need to face it. To face the fear. So how can we face the fear? Because in my childhood days, just I had been to a, horror movie, English movie, Exorcist. And, and that age when I was 11 years or 12 years, and then I'd been to that movie, I was so frightened, I closed my eyes. I shouldn't have done that. I closed it and it became more worse because I was listening to the music and it was very scary, and so it just went deep into my subconscious. And whenever I see the darkness, I was so scary. And once it happened after coming to the center, after being a center coordinator, once it happened that I had to live alone for a few days in the center. And then, I just put on the tube light on and I used to sleep because I was so afraid of those memories. And then one day I came to know that you have to face the fear. Then I switched off the light. Even then I was alone. And then what I did was, there was, the door was closed. Actually, there was a door behind me and it was closed, but it was open little. There was a little gap and there was a wind from outside. You know how the noise, the sound of the wind, ooh, that Exorcist movie sound. Really, it was so scaring. And somehow, I got up, I went, and just opened the door. I just opened the door. Nothing was there. So whenever you have the fear, the best thing is to face it. You need to have that courage to face your fear. So coming back to the fear, whenever you are defeated, fear defeats you more than anybody else. You are enemy of the 21st century, enemy of everyone. Who is the enemy in this 21st century? The emotion called fear. So when this happens, people are always fear and they're creating that thoughts based on fear and they are pumping it to the world. And what kind of atmosphere is created? So here the spiritual law says that outside there is a situation, and after looking at that situation, there is fear created in the mind. But what spirituality says, spiritual fact says, there are two worlds, internal and external. People always see the external things, external world, and they create fear in the internal world. But spirituality teaches us to create a positive thought and create that kind of situation. For example, if I'm driving, I'm not confident enough, and I'm just thinking, what if that I meet with an accident? What if I meet with an accident? And what am I attracting? And definitely it happens. Yeah, because I'm thinking of that, I'm creating those thoughts and I'm attracting, and definitely I'll be meeting an accident. So we have to, whenever we think, do you know a secret? Whenever we think or create thoughts, any kind of thoughts, who is listening? Who is listening? Me. Me means my mind. Whenever I create thoughts, my mind is listening. We think nobody is listening, but our mind is still listening. If I think that no, I can't do it, your mind is so, like a child. So your mind thinks, oh, they're thinking that he or she is thinking that she can't do it. Then what happens is, okay, let us not happen. Let that not happen, and mind will help you for not doing that. Because mind thinks that you don't want to do, you are creating that negative thoughts, you don't want to do it, mind believes that, oh, okay, they don't want to do it, they're not good enough in doing, they don't have that courage, okay, I won't create the situation for them. So who is the loser? Who is the loser? So never create that negative thoughts or thoughts of fear. So for that, what you have to do? Have you heard of Henry Ford? The car? I don't know whether it's famous here in India, it's famous. Ford. Henry Ford was the owner, Ford. And Henry Ford was the owner of that, he was the manufacturer. And one day I read in some book, and there was an interview, and people were asking him, what is the secret of your success? And he was replying, the reply was, I think my wife will believe it. I think and my wife will believe it. So thinking and believing. These two things are required to overcome fear. You have to think high about yourselves. You have to have that self-respect. You should know your self-worth. You should have that self-confidence. You should know your value, self-value. And when you know that self-value, you create or you think. And when you think, the next thing is you need to believe, right? Sometimes, when we are conducting classes for the students, when we say that you have to score more marks, like 100%, 10% marks, then what they say is, yes, sister, we think that we are scoring more marks or 100%, but we see that our conscience is laughing at us. Oh, how can you score more marks, So believing is the most important part there. You think, you create thoughts, it's okay, but you need to believe it. And after believing it, you have to visualize. Like I had stage fright, and then I got the tips, to come on the stage and practice, the tips were you first plan and then you practice and then you visualize. In this visualization technique is very useful for many things. So they asked me to visualize whenever you are on the stage, you have to speak well, okay? So for that you need to practice visualization. Visualization means you just see yourself speaking very well on the stage and also see the audience. They are all enjoying, they are clapping, they are appreciating, they are listening, everything. You just see. But you have to believe it. And it happens. Whatever I see, whatever I visualize, it happens. Negative things happen very fastly. So never try with any negative things. But positive things, it will happen. So for that, we first create, whatever you want to do, first create a thought, then believe it, and then visualize. If you have the fear of heights, you just see yourself, like you are on the top of the highest building, Twin Towers or whatever it is. You are on the top of the building, top of the mountain. You are there and you are so, calm and you are happy and you are enjoying, You see your face, you visualize that you are enjoying. In that way, you have to visualize and you have to save these thoughts in your memory bank. And whenever you have fear, then ask your manager to withdraw from your memory bank. I want some powerful thoughts, I want some powerful visualization, or I want something. So you need to be in present. For doing all this, you need to be in present. Whenever you think of past, what happens? Whenever you think of past, what happens? All regrets. All regrets, I should have done like that, I should have spoken like this, many things like that. So whenever you go or think of past, it's all of regrets. And whenever you think of future, fear, anxiety, what happens. And so, to overcome fear, the best thing is to live in present. This moment, right this moment, anybody having fear or tension or anything? This moment, any tension, any anxiety, any fear? No. So try to live in present. When we try to live in present, then we can create a very beautiful future, fearless future. And for that, you have to plan and practice. Two things. If we plan and practice, we can improve our confidence level. Pre-preparation we call this. If you want to build a high confidence level, then you need pre-preparation. All little things that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do like this, I'm going there, just plan. After planning, you need to practice. Practice, practice, practice. And if you're going on practicing it, then you will be more confident, because fear is opposite of faith. When there is low confidence level, or if you don't have faith, whether it is in you or it is in a situation, whatever it is, if you don't have faith, 100% faith, then you can't overcome that fear. Sometimes we have faith and, like within our mind laughs at us and said, no, this cannot happen. I am sure that this cannot happen. In the morning also, I was sharing, the story from the Bible. That Bible says, you can move mountains. And one old lady, she listened to that on a Sunday assembly. And then later on she came to the father and then she asked, I have a tree in front of my house. Can I move the tree? If I have faith, can I move the tree? So the father said, yes, why not? You can move. And then she waited for 7 days, a week. And the tree didn't move at all. Then the next Sunday she again went to the church, and then after the gathering they all left, she went to the father and she asked, Father, you told me that faith can move mountains. but the tree didn't move at all. I knew it before that it will not move. So, what kind of faith is this? What kind of faith is this? Huh? So, believing plays a very important role to overcome the fear. So, we need to have faith to overcome fear. We need to have faith on ourselves. I can do it. I'm good looking, I'm good in this subject. I'm good in doing this. Create a beautiful thought, powerful thought, and it will happen. If you're creating negative thoughts, I can't do it, I can't do it, I hope so, I can do it better, or I'm not very well in this. If you're just going on creating negative thoughts, you're again and again programming your mind. And you become strong, determined in that programming, and it happens in that same. Miracles happening in the world only by thinking. And people today are so cautious about their health, their lifestyle, their eating habits and everything. People are very cautious because, Google helps them in many ways. In those days, we needed doctors or nutritionists or some other people to guide us. But now, you just buy a juice, you see the contents and you see the grams, you see the whatever it is, how much protein, how much sugar, how much added sugar, everything is clear now. You can just find out. So people are very health conscious and they have changed their lifestyle. But still, though they have changed their eating habits, though they are doing exercise and they have changed their lifestyle and everything, still people are getting sick. There are diseases still now. Why? Why? Negative. That is, they changed their lifestyle, eating habits, and all the other things, but they haven't changed their thinking habits. The more important thing is changing our thinking habits. If you want to maintain a relationship, if you have a fear of losing a friend due to misunderstanding, then see what happens is when we think, I said, our mind will listen to it, right? First our mind, it reaches our mind. Whatever we create, it reaches the mind, and then it reaches the person about whom we are thinking. We never speak to them, but always we are thinking, he is like that, she is like that, they're doing like that. So that thoughts reach those person or that particular group, and then what happens? We speak about that to other people, that he is like that, she is like that, I'm not able to get along with this person, and then other people start thinking and speaking about you that these two people are not able to get along. So what kind of situation are we creating? And that same happens. So we need to change our thinking habits. Don't feel inferior about it. I'm good looking, accept. You should have that self-love, self-acceptance. You should know your self-love. How many of you love yourselves? How many of you love yourselves? So if you love somebody, how do you treat them? If you love somebody, how will you treat them? Very nicely, right? And if you really love yourself, how should you treat yourself? Very nice. Why are you harming yourself? Accept you as you are. Don't compare with others. Accept. Treat yourself lovingly. But we don't do that. We always compare and we say, I'm not like that, I can't do this, my fate is like this, all those things. Don't curse yourself. You're cursing yourself, you'll become that. You are what you think, and then you become what you think. So if you're very loving to yourself, if you have faith in you, then what happens? What happens? See, you'll get so much of courage. So that thinking habits or the way habits or the way lifestyle or whatever it should be changed from the thinking habits. So from today onwards, it will come actually, because all these days we are used to that and it is recorded. So what if I don't get? What if I miss that train? Sometimes, I practice this a lot. And then due to some reason, it's we left late, or due to somebody, we were late for the station, railway station, and people are grumbling, everything is due to you. That person, some person, they are all, grumbling and saying it due to you. We asked you to leave by 2 o'clock and you were late, and due to you, see, we are all going to miss the train. So they were asking me, what will you do? Why are you sitting silent? I said, no, why are you grumbling and speaking like this? Just think, we are going to the railway station, the train will be there, and we will get into the train as usual. We were late actually, 20 minutes late, and we went to the railway station, and we saw the train was still there on the platform because the train was late. The train was late. Your thoughts are so powerful. You should not think that, what if I miss the train? Will I get another train? Where should I wait? How much should I spend? And what will happen there? I've given an appointment there. Many things. Don't think like that. Don't create such thoughts. Just create. My policy is, just create the thought you want. You want to get into the train. Just think that I need to get into that particular train. That's it. Finish. No logic. Don't analyze. There's so much power in the thoughts. So just think, I'll go. I have tried many a times, I have to meet some person in India. So I was just trying, and that is I was thinking like, let me do some experiments on thoughts. So I didn't call him that I'm going to meet him, but I was thinking, creating a thought, this evening I'm going to meet you in your office by 6 p.m. Repeatedly, I was sending that message. And then just to test, I was there 5 minutes before 6 and he was still there. And what his reply was, sister, I was trying to go from 5:30. I was thinking that I have to go, I have to leave the office now. I didn't know something was stopping me. And now I understand. Because you're coming, so only it stopped. He didn't know about the thoughts or anything. But he said something was keeping me back, in anything. It's maybe for family, for work, or some social things, whatever you want, you can create those thoughts, powerful thoughts, and then you can make it happen. Then why to worry? Why to fear? So from today, no fear. I told you, it's a false expression, appearing to be real. So remove that. So what to do is, you have to tolerate failures. You have to face your failures, but without tolerating it. I know we face many failures and everything, but we need to face that, but without tolerating. We should not accept. We should not accept that I am a failure, or I should not accept that I have been defeated. Without accepting that, you try again and it will happen. It will happen. There are many stories, there are life stories, So never accept your failure or never accept your defeat, but still you are a failure, but don't accept it. Try again, and you can. So this was something about how to train your mind. Coming to the spiritual aspects, the most important fear in the world is, everyone, death, fear of death, right? Even we have a dream, even in our dreams, if I see that I am dead, There is that kind of feeling, and I have experienced that. Even my own body, dead body I see, I'm crying. Huh? Right? Because we are too much attached to the body. And after several years also, I used to get a dream. I used to, like, I'm late for my exams, and maybe I had a fear of missing it. I'm already late. And then I wake up and see, I have finished my studies, I'm working, and I just quit my job, and I am in the center now. I'm doing service. Still, I'm getting that deep in that subconscious mind. Don't know which birth emotion it is, but still, it will be there. So the fear is not that ordinary thing. You have to work too much. You go deep and try, then only you can overcome that fear. So whenever I ask people in any session, what is life? What is life? You're all living, right? You're all living, right? So what is life? So I get many beautiful replies, answers. People say, life is a journey, so enjoy your journey. And life is a drama, so look at the drama, enjoy. And one beautiful answer I got in one of my sessions is, life is a junction between birth and death. It's just a junction between birth and death. So, like I always say that life is a journey between birth and death. So, that is, if you take the English alphabets, it's B and D. So, in between, which alphabet you can find? What is the alphabet between B and D? C. So, you have the life. You have a choice. You have a choice. There is always C between B and D. So your life is between B and D. So you have a life, and you also have a choice, like how to lead your life. So you just write it down. How I need to lead my life. Otherwise, life is just an empty bottle. There is an empty bottle. Empty bottle also has a value. If you fill that empty bottle with water, that water bottle also has some value. If you fill that water bottle with milk, it has a different value. If you fill that water bottle with juice, it has a different value. And if you fill the water bottle with ghee, different value. So your life is like an empty bottle. You have the power to choose. You can fill whatever you want in your mind. If you want to fill all the negative thoughts, fearful thoughts, base thoughts, then your value is such that. And if you are filling it with good thoughts, purposeful thoughts, powerful thoughts, positive thoughts, then what will be the value of your life? Can you imagine? So try always to fill good things, nice things, because you love yourself. You love yourself, you can't just put all the rubbish in your mind. If you love your home, you want to keep it very clean and sparkle, right? If you love your body, you want to keep your body clean, all fair and lovely, like fair, whiteness creams, everything. Yeah? And how do you want to keep your mind? It should always be powerful, with all good things, good thoughts. So you have a purpose in life. Have a purpose in life. If you have a purpose in life, then you work for that. Without any purpose, you are just living. So whatever you want, you are thinking. Whatever you want, you are speaking. And whatever you want, you are doing. So when we regulate these things, it's very easy to overcome fear. And when you concentrate, and when you bring all your thoughts, converge your thoughts on one point, then you will get a lot of power. And when you have that power, then it changes your mind. And if some people come and say, you know what, if it happens like this, then you'll say, no, it will happen very well. Don't worry. Don't worry. And coming to the fear of death, spiritual facts says that you are imperishable soul. You are not this body. You are an imperishable soul. So there is no death. The soul will never die. Like this stage has no entry and exit. Every room has an entry and exit. When the soul enters the body, we call it as birth. And when the soul leaves the body, we call it as death. There is no death for the soul. It just enters and it leaves. So when we understand its secret, I am not this body is just a costume, I am using it. So if I leave this body, I'll get another dress, I'll get another body, but I am imperishable. Maybe the place will change, my role will change, but I am still there. So there's no fear of death also. Anytime, anywhere, I'm ready to face even that. But when I'm too much attached to the body, even your handbag or even whatever pen or anything, if you're too much attached to that, and if I want to pull that, what happens? If I'm trying to take that bag from you, you are very much attached. Your chair, your bag, your pen, even that little tiny thing, you are not ready to leave, right? So that attachment. So there is a lot of fear of losing the body. So when I think I am a soul and I am using this instrument or the costume, then I am detached. Daily I am detaching myself. So very easy. When the time comes, I will detach. Sometimes I speak to the body, I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of losing you. No, it betrays, the body betrays and makes us cry. So I said, bye. I'm going to say bye, goodbye to you and I'll leave. I'm not afraid of death. We should have that courage. Then it really happens. It really happens. The willpower, it works. It works, really works. And how can you improve your willpower? Can you buy willpower from outside? From a market? From a supermarket? No, right? So if you want to really improve your willpower, you have to focus on one point. Bring your thoughts to one point. If all the thoughts converges to one point, then it becomes thought power. And that thought power is nothing but willpower. Confidence. So try to build up your confidence. And just first what happens is we see the situations and we create a negative thought. Instead, it happens like this for everyone. We see the situation and when we create a thought. From today onwards, you just change the rule. You create a thought and create a situation. See if it is possible. It's very easy, but we don't do it. It's very easy. Create a thought. Whatever you want, create a thought and create that situation. And when we practice this and when we are getting this, or in all little things we are getting, many things I have practiced many times. In our headquarters in Mount Abu in India, there's a big gathering, like 20,000 people. And we are somewhere, in those 20,000 people, we don't get a chance to go on the stage or anything, go near to our seniors or anything. I was there. I had just a thought, like I have to go on the stage. No logic. I just had a thought, I need to go on the stage. That's what. I was standing there. I didn't do any effort. I was standing there. And one, the brother there in the hall, he was ushering. He said, "Sister, you can go this way." He helped me to go on the stage. I don't know who he was. I didn't request him, nothing. He just told, because my thought is reaching him. And I'm creating the thought, I am creating the situation. And he helped me to go on the stage. I went, and whatever I wanted, I took and I came. Means I went there near to the seniors, and then I was happy. Then they were giving some blessings. I took that and I came. So, whatever you want in your life, you can do it. You have that much faith? Or still you're, like thinking that, oh, how can we do this or do that? Is it possible? Do you think it is possible? Do it from today, do it from now, and see the magic, the miracle of the mind. So for that you have to keep your mind clean. When your mind is clean, then your mind is calm. When your mind is calm, it's cool. And when it is cool, you have that confidence. And when you have that confidence, you can do it in a creative way and also committedly. So all these things we need. It's only the question of faith. Like you would have heard this several times, but still I like that story very much. Like there was a village in India, no rains for a very long time. So the village people, they thought we have to bring some sage or sannyasi there and then let him perform some sacrifice and tell all the mantras and recite everything, and later on, do something for the nature, and we'll ask him to bring rains. Because in villages, they're all farmers and they need rain. Otherwise, they can't do that plantations. And like the next day, it was a program and the sage was already, sannyasi was already there and he was performing everything. This story of a father and a child. The father was out, ready to go to that place, that gathering, and his son was not coming. So he was calling his son, what are you doing? We are already late, come. Then that son told, Daddy, wait, please wait, I'm looking for an umbrella. So he said, why do you need an umbrella? Innocently the son says, we are going to the gathering, isn't it? And the sannyasi is going to perform some sacrifice and later on it will rain. So I need an umbrella. Only one person went to that gathering with an umbrella. That means that much faith we have. We need to believe, when we think something, really 100% you need to believe. And only when you believe, it happens. So overcome the imaginary fear. For that, every morning you have to create affirmations, positive affirmations about yourself. Whatever happens today will happen for my good. That's it. I have practiced this many years I have practiced. Whatever happens today will happen. Before remembering God, create this thought. Early morning we, as soon as we wake up, we remember God. But before that, you create one. Because you know about the subconscious mind. It works, it's open when you are half asleep or half awake. So before going to bed, you just think every day, think your success story. Think of a success story, your own success story or success story of others. And you sleep. Early morning, wake up, you create high positive affirmations, high frequency or high energy thoughts. And daily if you are doing that, then your energy level, your confidence level, everything will be high. There won't be any question of fear. So this is, you just say, and for that, you need to have good information. Start your day with something positive, read some positive books or, listen to some positive stories. If you're doing that, then it's easy for you. If you're always listening to all the negative things, looking at the news, listening to the news, and then, I give this example. Your daughter is studying in a school or a college, and one day she is late by 20 minutes or 10 minutes. If it was my mother, she would have never get afraid. But nowadays, what happens? Because we are listening to all those sayings, we think that may happen to my daughter also. So why do you want to listen that? You have to feed good information for your mind. Always you see the news and you see and listen, then you are imagining that may happen to me also. Imaginary fear again. So, early morning, some positive. Start your day with some positive. And then one more thing, if you have to overcome fear, then you have to do it now. Don't postpone. You have to do it now. Do you have that courage of doing it now? When you postpone, then gone. And if really you want to strengthen your mind, do something to others which cannot be repaid with money. Do something good to others, selflessly, which it should not be repaid or it should not be valued with money. That kind of good acts, if you do, then really it improves your confidence level, your willpower. Do it. It's like blessings. And when we start practicing this, then easily we can overcome fear. Very easily. Sometimes when I was very young, people, sometimes they don't agree to this knowledge and they're very wild and they want to ask question and how can you say this and all. But they come near and they just stop. They just stop, they don't ask. So for that we need to have that kind of mind. That kind of, we attract, when they come near, automatically they become cool. And when your children are not studying, it may be reality that they are not studying well. And if you are just thinking they are not studying, they are playing, they are not giving importance, I'm spending so much of money for them. If you are just thinking like that, it becomes worse. Instead of that, what do you want? What do you want? You want them to study. Just visualize or think they are studying, they are scoring more marks. That's it. Believe it. And magic will happen. So these are the few tips from my life that how I overcame this fear. Did you like it, or do you think it's reasonable? We can do it. Okay.
Hello. Thank you, Didi, for this lovely, lovely talk. I can actually relate to every one of the topics that you mentioned because I'm a mental health consultant by profession, so I do a lot of psychotherapy work. So what Didi mentioned here about the power of the mind, it really works. Your thoughts are the ones that creates all those things that we have in our mind, your depression, anxiety, everything is a thought process. So Didi, what you mentioned is the kind of work that I do. The self-affirmation, visualization. So mostly we put them into trance. That's what you're saying, that is the hypnosis. And we change the thoughts from the subconscious mind. But everybody can do it themselves. You actually don't need therapy, which is very lengthy and very expensive process. So coming here, I've learned that there's knowledge beyond the textbook. That's not really taught. So that's fantastic. Yeah. So anybody has any questions here that you want Didi to answer? Anisha, anything? Anybody, any burning questions about the mind, the thoughts, power of thinking, self-affirmation, visualization? But trust me, it really works. I've seen so many of my clients, patients, how they've come back feeling much better. It's just awareness that you bring in the mind. So don't go into that negative thinking mode, because from one negative thought gives rise to another, and then you'll be into deep depression, which is hard to come out of. Yeah.
Sister Om Shanti, if anyone else curse the other person, is it will work? The other person is okay, his attitude is okay, but this person is always annoying, doesn't like him, he always cursing. Is it will happen to him?
If you have that good heart, good mind, it won't work. It won't create any impact. It will stop. If you have a good aura, if you have positivity, if you have well-wishing, you are a well-wisher and you are having all well-wishing thoughts, those negativity or people who are cursing, it won't reach you. It will protect, your aura of positivity will protect you.
Anything else, anybody? Otherwise, we'll be closing shop. This is a good one.
Yeah, affirmation is I'm thinking high about myself, and at the same time, I am visualizing myself like that. And I'm feeling it. Visualization is we need to feel, we need to have that kind of feeling. It's a positive thought, determined positive thought.
Okay, if no other questions, then we will close with a commentary and the red light on. Thank you.
Om Shanti. I withdraw my attention from this physical body and senses. I am looking at my mind. Thoughts are coming and passing through the mind like the clouds passing through the sky. As I witness my mind, I detach and, like a detached observer, I am watching my own mind. As I witness the speed of my thoughts is reducing, enabling me to experience peace. Now I focus on myself. I am the living energy. And this living energy animates my body. This body is just a costume. I am a soul residing in the center of the forehead. Now I concentrate on the point in the center of my forehead. I am listening through these eyes. I am looking through these eyes. I am behind these eyes, a star-like entity, a point of light. I feel so detached, so calm and cool. Now I take my mind beyond this matter, beyond this world made up of matter. To my sweet abode, silence abode, the soul world, my sweet home. Here I find myself in front of the Almighty. God is ocean of peace. I can feel the waves of peace so cool and soothing. God is ocean of love. I am absorbed in love. I am in soul consciousness, free from fear and worries. I am an eternal soul. Now I feel lightness. Now I realize that the negative thoughts make me heavy, disturbed. I am the master of my mind. From now, I create positive, purposeful, and powerful thoughts. I create thoughts and create a situation Now I know the technique. I feel it's very easy to overcome fear and anxiety. Now I don't have the fear of uncertainty. The knowledge of the past, present, and future helps me to enjoy every moment of my life. With the pure thoughts, I am also experiencing God's light, the divine light. I feel God's light within me. And that is improving my self-confidence. I feel as though God is with me. So no question of fear. I am able to count my blessings. I am so fortunate for having everything that I have. I love myself. I love people around me. I love the whole world. Now I come back with a different perspective. I realized that I have the ability to think positive. I will plan and practice and achieve or get whatever I want. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Didi, for the fantastic commentary. Your script was very well read and written. Normally, for my exams, I had to write a script like that. This was like unheard of. It's beautiful. So, can we have a group photograph and followed by Toli and a blessing card? Thank you. Wanted the translation. They did a good job. I didn't realize. Oh, they came in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize that. Very good topic. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I'm like so shocked. How many times did you share it? And how much giving a feel chance in life. And basically, remember they should be so lucky. And how much I paid.
I feel it now. It's all around. a mother's arms, how they surround me. They sing the beauty of my life.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
I close my eyes. It takes me over. My memory deep down in my soul. And safe from harm to be beside you. A light will shine upon the world.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
Will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
This love.